and he's commenting on these random people's posts, and everybody is like, why is this man like talk like what are we what because I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think Manon's gonna leave. We don't know that. Can we talk about Manon? I I don't even know where to begin. I literally have been following Katseye since like before debut. I wasn't expecting things to play out that the way that they did, but in a way, I'm also not entirely surprised, especially being a fan of a lot of hybe groups and especially a fan of a lot of hybe girl groups. The track record is not great. So I am going to put important context on the screen when it's necessary, but this is going to be a pretty lightly edited video. I just have like my notes and a few like things I want to talk about really quick, y'all. I feel like some people are being willfully ignorant about the situation that's going on right now, and I want to offer my perspective as somebody who enjoys pop music, as somebody who is a fan of a lot of girl groups, and as a black woman. Yes, happy Black History Month, by the way. On the 20th, 2 days ago, hybe x Geffen announced that Manon from Katseye would be going on hiatus indefinitely. So they put out a statement, which I will put up on the screen for you to read. When I saw this announcement, I was not surprised, but I was sad because I was like, damn, like, first off, Manon is just such a powerhouse performer. Like, she is the face of the group, period, next sentence. I did notice that she had been missing like more performances like recently, but I just thought it was like a health issue type thing. And also she grew up in like a different culture than like the American culture, than like the Korean culture where they trained under. So I was just like, oh, she's probably just taking a break. But then a few hours later, Manon posts on Weverse, like their little Weverse texting app, I forget what it's called, and she just clarifies that, you know, she's waiting for things to unfold as they unfold, even though things might feel a bit out of control, and that she is okay and that she is healthy. Now, in the original post, hybe and Geffen stated that her hiatus was for health reasons. When I saw that, again, as somebody who has stand many a K-pop girl group, and as somebody who has literally had members leave because of a hiatus for health reasons that ended up turning into they leave the group, I was like, this doesn't feel great, but maybe I could be wrong. And then Manon posts that, and I'm like, damn. And then the next day on the 21st, or it might still be the 20th, but this all happened pretty late in the day. So people start finding Daniela's dad commenting on people's posts and like just being weird about the group. Originally, he was like saying some stuff about like how, and again, I'm going to put the examples on the screen. I'm not trying to put no words in nobody's mouth. But he originally said something like, you know, the show must go on, yada, yada, yada. Fair. Okay. Maybe it was phrased wrong, but like there's a language barrier for one. For two, I was like, I mean, he's not incorrect. They are going to continue promoting without Manon because like they do have to make money. Like that is kind of like their job. That doesn't mean that we don't miss Manon, but it does mean, you know, the show must go on, right? So people saw that and they were like, weird, not great vibes, but like fair enough, right? But then he starts commenting more. First off, I don't think stage parents should be commenting on like their kids' lives, especially when it's this public and it's like about a member that's not their own. Like, I feel like if you don't have anything constructive to say, then like just don't say it. Because like respectfully, this isn't about you. It's about like the girls that are in the group right now. Not to sound like a cunt, but like, come on. Daniela's dad is still commenting, talking about some, oh, well, the work ethic just needs to be there, and you know, we need girls who know how to grind and yada yada yada. Once again, not in the group. His daughter is, but he's not. So, and he's commenting on these random people's posts, and everybody is like, why is this man like talk like what are we what it's just, it's weird vibes, it's shady. Now Lara and Megan post about Manon on Snapchat, which Lara literally never posts on Snapchat, so like this was like a fairly big deal, especially for fans. Lara and Megan are both posting like old pictures of Manon and posting like little captions like, oh, we miss you, like we hope you come back soon, but your health comes first. And we're still getting discourse, but it's not like to the point where it's blown out of proportion, right? Like it's still mostly on like fan communities, a little bit on like Reddit, Twitter. Like on Instagram this morning, I opened up my little thing, I'm just doing my little morning scroll before I get ready for work, right? I open up Instagram and the first post I see is a reel. First off, a reel. I don't know if this was posted originally to Instagram or if it was a TikTok that was reposted on Instagram, on the creator's page. I'm not entirely sure. A short form content video was posted about racism in girl groups and about how, you know, usually there's like one black girl in a girl group and she just gets singled out, a lot of hate from the fandom, mistreated by like the company, usually mistreated by the members in a way, and just how there's a lot of shady shit going on in the industry, especially when it comes to black women. We've been new, but it's just so much more relevant now, especially after that Manon hiatus, because again, she's the face of the group, like it or not, she is the most popular member. And Manon likes this reel, and that sends everybody into a spiral, because at first we were like, you know, the situation's still pretty vague, we don't know everything, and obviously we will never know everything, the entire story. I saw the reel in its entirety, and I'll put like little clips of it. Again, I'm gonna insert clips wherever I can, right?
The current conversation after news broke last night that Manon will be taking a hiatus from katseye for her health and well-being. I put out a statement stating that she would take a hiatus and that she'll be coming back when she's recovered. But according to Manon, Reverse, she said that she is physically fine. She is just taking time for herself and that things are beyond her control. Imagine you are the only black girl in your group. You have half of the internet berating you, calling you lazy, calling you difficult, saying that you're not giving your equal weight to the group. And then you have the other half of the internet trying to dictate whether or not you are part of the community that you were born into. This is a recurring pattern we've seen for black girls who are the sole black girl in the group. We saw it with Fifth Harmony and Normani. We saw it with Little Mix and Lee. Now we have it with Manon and katseye. If you remember what Normani and Leanne went through during their times in the group and the internet vitriol, it was damn near traumatic for them and for the black girls that were supporting them.
I saw this reel and I was just like, I think this is it. Like this might just be the writing on the wall. It sucks that this had to play out this way, especially when they just performed at the Grammys. They are coming off of a not so great hate train from Internet Girl, and to a lesser extent Daniela and Manon too. Daniela's been getting a lot of hate for just all sorts of random bullshit, but Manon has also been getting hate for racism, like just for being black. Like Daniela and Manon are both not interacting with each other like publicly on social media. They haven't been for a while. Fans are speculating that there's some sort of a feud going on between them. I don't know anything about that, and I don't think we should be speculating on the girls' like interpersonal relationships. I think that's weird. It's invasive. We don't know them personally. We never will. And it's just like a weird thing to talk about. So I don't want to touch on that here. But what I will say is that even though Daniela is not responsible for her dad's actions, I will say that she should have at least tried to say something, and there's still time. But I'm bringing this up because a week or so ago, I don't remember the exact date, when katseye went on Jimmy Fallon, Daniela made a comment, and this is another thing she's getting hate for. She made a comment about how Sophia is a good liar as a joke. It was a very obvious joke, but people took it and ran with it and were like, "Oh, Daniela's so fake and she's like she's such a mean girl." And Sophia had to come out on the Weverse DMs and be like, "No, she's not. We were all joking. You guys need to remember that these are real people you're talking about and to leave my girl alone." And I just wish that Daniela would have at least tried to do that for like Manon, because like she's getting all this hate for like racism and everything, and now her dad's like jumping in and inserting himself into the drama for no fucking reason. And she has said nothing. She has said nothing, posted nothing, and this isn't like to be like Daniela, because again, this isn't her fault that her dad is acting in a unsavory way. However, I do think that it would be wise of her, if nothing else, to save her own reputation, to speak up about like the things that her dad is saying, at least on the little, again, the Weverse DMs. Just be like, "Hey, I don't stand by what my dad says, period." You don't even have to be like, Emmy and Manon are best friends and yeah, and I just wish that you don't even have to do all that. You just have to be like, and again, you don't have to do anything, because again, I don't know Daniela and I'm not in a girl group, so like, period. But it doesn't reflect very well on her, and it's not gonna help any of the hate, obviously. I do think that, especially since Sophia did speak out for Daniela, it doesn't reflect super well on her that she hasn't spoken up yet. And also, like, nobody like deserves to get hated on for this situation. I don't know if people just like think that like katseye are like bystanders, or if they're like all a bunch of mean girls like bullying Manon, or like what. I don't think that that's happening here. I think it's just a lot of ignorance and the clash of cultures that is just, unfortunately, just hasn't worked out very well. And then also racism from fans, from antis, from the companies, like, girl. But nobody in this situation deserves hate, not even Daniela's dad. Like, his actions were unsavory, they weren't right, but like, why are we sending death threats to people? Like, quickly, like, explain. I don't think that Manon is gonna, well, at this point, actually, I don't even know. Let me not even say that, because I was gonna say, I was like, I don't think Manon's gonna leave. We don't know that. Honestly, at this point, Hybe has had a very bad track record with girl groups and with handling any sort of a hiatus, like, ever. Like, they're getting up to the level of like SM level, where it's like just zero communication and zero clarification, and just they're just doing fuck all. Like, I don't know. So yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening. I am sending love to Manon. I'm still a fan of katseye, but if they end up being 5, I'm probably gonna have to like take a break, because like Manon is low-key like one of the few people, or one of the few things that keep me invested in this group. So hi, bring her back, because katseye 6. Like, guys, hurry up. Bye.